Hello, and welcome to Twenties Aplenty and our continuing weekly campaign, the Headhunter Chronicles, a D&D adventure involving random people who met on the internet. In this week's episode, the group search for a sanctuary in the Valley of Light, but all they find is darkness. If you enjoy the episode, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have any feedback, please leave a comment below.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe we fight, at times polite. It's DnD.
When last we set off, the group had just had a interaction in their room, in one of their rooms. Lucy, I think it was Lucy and Marcus and Cleo's room, with a gentleman called Katan, who is head of the Thieves Guild in Katan City and actually northern Katan. After he left, the group decided that they would head to bed, all apart from Marcus, who decided he needed a drink and think a few things through, so he headed down to the bar by himself. When the group awakened in the morning, Marcus was nowhere to be seen. Lucy and Cleo found a letter on Marcus's pillow which simply read, "I've gone to sort some family shit. I'll catch you up late. I'll catch up with you. Leave word of where you're going." Lucy shrugged his shoulders as though Marcus is just off for an errand, and headed down to breakfast. Breakfast was the similar sort of greasy fry up again. There was a couple of additional items, so some black pudding and some deep fried balls that were called sweetbreads. And the group had their fill. Leo shared the news about Marcus, and the group discussed. What do next. So they headed off to Egron's. They had a bit of a discussion about whether or not there was some additional debt that Egron owed the group for helping with the diamonds. He kind of argued that, well, whilst the group were doing him a favour, they were also doing themselves a favour by enabling him to keep his fingers and fix the Ascension Crystal. Lucy asked how Egron was getting on with his fixing the emerald, or cutting the emerald for the dagger that they took a fancy to in the art dealers in the below. Egron informed them that they had recovered that they had he had finished cutting it and sent the emerald to his landlady. She was quite eager to get it because he thinks she's found a buyer, in which as she seemed quite eager to part with the dagger, so was kind of being quite pushy with him. After that they headed off to the gambling den. When they reached the den, they came across a number of guards, 2 of which were asleep, 1 of which was playing cards by himself, and the 4th of which was on guard duty. The group asked for an audience with Maggot. The guards were reluctant, but ended up getting the young, scrawny guard that turned out to be a female, which they referred to as the kid because he was only a teenager, and sent her off to the back to find Maggot. Not long afterwards, she returned after the sound of things being thrown. She returned and then made her excuses and went off to the toilet. Maggot then appeared, a bit aggrieved that he'd been woken up, but his mood soon changed when he was made aware that the group had recovered the diamonds. So they headed off to Maggot's office. They made the exchange. Egron kept his fingers, and Maggot also, pleased with their work, gave them 250 gold pieces. The group also mentioned that one of the guards in Armand Cornscrew's tower, who they stole the Armand Cornscrew being the man that they stole the diamonds off. They announced that one of these guards had disappeared and that the tower had also burnt down that night. Maggot said he would do his best to try and link those two events together, but mentioned that Armand was likely hiring an assassin to dispose of the guard, should he be able to track him down. Next, the group headed back to the Cast Inn, picked up the wagon and the crystal, and Cleo, who wanted nothing to do with the stealing of said items. And then they headed off to Egron's. Egron had examined the crystal and told them that actually we had it would take him a few days to fix the crystal. It had obviously been damaged and then used beyond once it had been damaged, which damaged it further. It would take a number of days. The group then headed to a place called Wondrous Wares, where they met Hugo Paucus, a flamboyant wizard selling potions and magical items, way out of the group's price range. Although Amanita took a bit of a fancy to a cloak of protection, I believe, for 450 gold pieces. She said she might be back. Ian asked about some sort of magical communication device, a bit like sending stones, but didn't require the second stone. So you could just communicate with anybody you wanted in the world, as long as you knew them. Hugo said he could possibly develop something, but it would cost upwards of 50,000 gold pieces. Yin declined, and the group made an exit. Next, they visited the weapons master. Hugo previously when Varric was asking about weapons, he had told Varric that the visit would be an experience. Varric soon realized why. In the shop, the proprietor appeared after the doorbell went, and it turned out to be a white-haired dwarf, which was a crag dwarf. The crag dwarfs had been at war with the Dragonborn for a number of years in a long bloody battle, in which Varric himself had been involved and lost an eye. They both agreed that it was a better idea if Varric took his business elsewhere. which he did. Next, they visited a armorer. And Yin went off for a drink. So, in the Silver Steel Inn, Yin paid the debt she owed one of the doormen, one of the security guards there, which I think was 15 gold pieces.
Just want to point out him.
Did I say her again? Sorry.
God damn it, wait.
Yeah. I promised to not do that again. So... or apologise profusely if I do. So, where were we? Paid the debt. Noticed that his presence in the Silver Steel Inn was noted, and messengers had been sent downstairs to make the Thieves Guild aware that the group was sniffing around again. Inside the armourers, they met the rest of the group met a former soldier that had lost his leg in a war at some point. Amanita sold her shiny short sword to the gentleman for 7 gold pieces. He did highlight that he'd probably sell it to the weapons master they'd been to previously. Pardon me. And Lucy paid 25 gold pieces for repair of his armour, his rusty armour, half plate, which he said he would come, which the guy said would be ready the next day. Then they went and visited a seamstress, who was a lovely old lady who made Amanita a hooded cloak with a number of pockets, and straps to conceal her wings, so it was fur-lined as well to keep her warm, and was made of red leather to try and keep the water out. Varric also inquired about getting his cloak patched. I don't think we ever bottomed that out though, but I will assume that he's paid a gold piece potentially to get his cloak repaired, if that's where you wanted to go with it.
Yeah, no, so I got my cloak repaired and I got the fur lining, not the
Oh yeah,
the warm lining throughout my coat as well.
Yeah. Did you pay for that?
Yeah,
We did. Okay,
5
I
gold
missed
pieces,
on the
I think.
recording. Apologies. When I was making my notes, I noticed. I noted the you'd said you wanted it patched, but then I kind of obviously tuned out when I was getting shouted at by children. So apologies for that. Group before heading off. So when they left, they met back up with Yin by pure coincidence. He was coming out the pub at the same time. Yin was eager to. They discussed where they could go next. Yin was eager to go to the sanctuary. The group agreed. They eventually agreed that they'd do it the next day, though. So in the meantime, they headed off to the bounty office to discuss the bounty of for the head of Dormash, who was a half-orc wanted for treason. Turned out that he was part of Ilaria's group. Ilaria being Marcus's sister-in-law that he's disappeared to try and find. Dormash was part of a group that had raided the armory in the barracks, in the Emperor's barracks. They were discovered. A fight broke out, and Dormash slaughtered a number of guards, including the Emperor's stepson. They had no leads to his location. After lunch, the group headed to the Sorcerer's Circle to see if they could find a lead to Samara's robe, one of the artifacts of the domains that the group were looking for. However, upon approaching any of the main buildings, so the main towers of the Sorcerer's Circle, a number of battle mages acting as security guards of each tower, would approach the group. On one such occasion, one of the battle mages asked what they were up to. They explained they were here to meet with the Circle. He asked if they had an appointment. They said, "How do I get an appointment?" So he pointed them in the direction of the administration building and said that you can apply there, and generally 4 months later, the current waiting time was 4 months, so 4 months later you'd be able to see you get an audience with the Circle. The group had a bit of a discussion and decided that they wouldn't try and break in, and also they would try another avenue to try and get a audience. They then headed back to the inn in which the amateur dramatics group had started their performance in anger, the one that Varric had been helping with a few nights before. So the group sat and watched. Amanita dished out a number of presents to the group, and Varric got very drunk and started heckling the actors. After the performance, the group retired for the evening. I'm assuming you've all had a good night's sleep. Still no Marcus when you wake up? What would you like to do?
I'm assuming we'll walk down for breakfast.
I'll walk down hungoverly, just and probably just get some meats or something like that.
So you head down, usual affair for breakfast. They haven't got the fried balls this time. They do still have the black pudding. There's like scampi tail type things that have been deep fried as well that are available.
I will have a glass of water.
I think I'll just stick to sausages.
Okay. So I'm assuming you'll all have a good fill of breakfast.
I want to add as well, if you look at Yin, he looks much tired today. A lot tired. Tired? Is tired a word? No, it's not. I can't fucking speak English. Tired.
Exhausted.
There we go! Yay!
Is that what you want to use? Exhausted?
Yay! I can use them as a dictionary. Yes.
Cool.
English is hard. Lisa says, I will take whatever's going and also some fizzy drink to work on his belches. Thanks.
I completely missed out the belching contest in the recap, didn't I?
Yes.
But, okay, so there is soda water and things like that. So we'll assume he's got some orange juice and put some soda water in it. He's busy belching away.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
So he has. It is slightly less populated, the inn, that morning for breakfast. It's almost as though people were staying for the performance last night and then heading off. So by the time you've got down there, everybody else has headed off. So you kind of, Lucy's sat there having a burping competition with himself. I'm guessing trying to persuade others to join in.
Just practice is what it is. That's all it is.
So, when our lovable tiefling over here has decided to stop pecking, what will we do?
Well, I thought the plan was to go and pick up Lucy's armor from the armor. We still need to go do that. And
Yes.
then head up to that temple of yours.
I suppose we could do that.
I mean, I'm pretty much down around town, so I don't have much else to do.
How about you, Amanda? You happy with everything you got in town?
Yeah,
Right?
I haven't got much to do.
Well, that's good then. Lucy. I assume we just need to go pick up his armor, so let's go!
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So you head off to the armourers as promised. It is ready. I'm assuming Lucy pays his 25 gold pieces. And the armour looks... I'm not sure what that was. You flashed up. I'm assuming it was the thumbs up.
Yep.
Cool. It's, it obviously doesn't look new, but it's in a reasonable state. The workmanship's quite good considering the state the rusty armor was in. There isn't a sign of rust on it anymore. It would do a decent job. So, what would you like to do now?
Right, do we have our horses and... Oh! Our horses and carts.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I mean, you've taken the crystal to Egron's, and
Yeah.
between you, you've kind of managed to get it up the stairs in his place.
Was the car at Egron's, or did we stable that back at the...
I'm assuming you took it back and stabled it at the inn.
So, I'll make sure that Avarican, hey, and Amanita is all comfy, and Lucy is driving, and then I'll plop myself next to Lucy, and onward into the mountains we go. I guess, if anybody's fine with that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So,
And casually during the ride, you'll see me reading the Bible that Manita gave me.
yeah. So you're casually reading, underlining particular paragraphs with a pencil.
Yeah, and Lucy will continue to belch randomly throughout the journey. Great.
I would say that Yinran is probably. What I've done. That's better. I had my light on too much. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Yinran, I would assume, is
Old and grumpy, yeah, 100%.
trying to find something or a familiar passage in the book. Almost like he's trying to make sense of something.
Yep.
And he seems to be those that notice. I'm not going to do any perception rolls or anything like that for this. Seem to indicate he seems to be going over the same 2 or 3 pages, looking quite thoughtful.
What you reading there?
Well, a Bible,
I can
A
see
holy
that.
a holy script.
What does it say?
Just things and stuff. Do you have holy scripts in your God's following?
I think so. I can't say I paid much attention to them, but if I remember correctly, there is. Yeah. You should ask that Dragonborn about it that hangs out with our friend, Mr. Fastfly. He could tell you all about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just the problem here is asking him and getting the answer might be two different situations.
You could just be like, do you have these? And he could nod, yeah or no, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the kind of pantheon of the land, it's not like there's a set of elven gods or a set of human gods or a set of dwarven gods. They're all the same gods. There's one or two exceptions, but like orcs and things like that might have their own kind of gods, but generally they all have different names for the same gods. It's a bit like Greek and Roman type gods, if you know what I mean. But the names are equally translatable, if you know what I mean. They're very similar. So cool. So just got to find the right bit of notes I had.
Lucy said he will try and peer over to read what Yunran is reading and accidentally let out a belch.
Okay.
I'll just stare at him. Like, if you want to burp, please kindly do it over there. It smells like garlic. Thanks.
I would say it probably smells like garlicky orange juice myself.
Oh. Sorry,
Really?
bumpy road.
So, you head out, leaving the city behind. First of all, you head east along the riverbank, kind of in this region. And then you kind of enter the mountains down this end. You've no idea where the hell you're going. Just that you're looking for something called the Valley of Light. Somebody's having a good click there. So you head into the mountains looking for clues. And, you kind of generally, you start off with gentle footing, you know what I mean? Up and down, nice and grassy, and it's really pleasant day, it's sunny. You can start to see flowers begin to emerge. So it's slightly getting warmer than it has been recently. You leave the river for a little bit, and the river kind of forks, if you know what I mean, into little streams that have come down off the mountains at some point. And the path leaves them for a while, almost heading through what looks like used to be a stream but isn't anymore. And then it kind of rejoins this stream, and you follow this stream. Kind of begins to come up a gentle incline. And after a few hours of following that path, you realise you're properly high up now. You are part way up a mountain. You can see a number of sheep wandering aimlessly on the mountain's sides, or the mountainside that you're on. And you find ahead of you a wooden shack. With a little chimney. Just looks like a 2-room affair, you would reckon.
How does it look? Does it look like run down or anything like that?
Are you inspecting it? I guess is the question.
Yeah, I'll inspect it from the car. I'm just gonna look at it. I'm not gonna.
It looks as though it's been there for a number of years. It looks as though it's recently been lived in. There's curtains and stuff up. You can't see any signs of life at this point in time.
Lucy asks, "Are there any smells?"
Don't really know of. You head closer to the shack. And on the door, you can see a number of marks, streaks across the door. 3 or 4 lines. Looks like somebody's dug a claw or claws or a set of knives in and just streaked across the doorway. You can see it quite vividly as you pass it on the road.
Lucy asks, "Shall we check it out?" to the group. As Varric, I will agree. Yeah, let's check it out. I think that doesn't look too right to me.
Okay. You get down. You head towards the door. Is there anything you'd like to do before you try and enter?
I'll knock on the door before I enter. Just
as you knock on the door, you realise the door's off the latch and it just creeps open with a creak. Inside, you can see the place has been trashed.
Mm-hmm. And this doesn't look so good.
This looks very unsettling.
Then adjust. I'll take a proper step in, trying to get an idea, see what's going on.
Careful, Barry.
I'm sure it's fine. Whatever's here is probably gone now, right?
Okay. Would you like to do an investigation check, please?
Is it dark, by the way?
No, there's windows. So there's like, it's dim, if you know what I mean, as in there's curtains and stuff and like netting and what have you, and that kind of dims, makes the light a bit dimmer and a bit softer.
I'll cast light then on the tip of my staff, just so I've got something like a torch, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just investigate.
Okay.
An unnatural 20. I think that's the best I've rolled.
Okay. So the shack itself, the door leads into like a living room. The table's been upended. It looks as though things have been kind of scattered. There's claw marks all around the walls. Pardon me. There's no sign of anybody being attacked. Just looks like a wild animal has entered and slung stuff around, clawed the walls and stuff.
Can one study the claws to try and find out what type of creature?
Okay. Would you like to do a nature check, please?
Yeah. Did it come
Okay.
up?
It did,
Yes,
yeah.
it did.
So, the claws in nature look like a large wolf. However, their height is a little bit higher than a wolf would naturally be able to reach in terms of they're streaking across the walls. As Varek's looking around, he finds a diary.
I know these marks.
Yeah, what are they?
It looks like a wolf, but this is too tall for a wolf.
Yeah, these marks do reach up pretty high.
I mean, unless he stood on a chair, but wolves don't stand on chairs.
I don't think wolves have that kind of range of movement in their arms, their legs.
So you found a diary.
Hmm.
It looks as though it was on top of the table that was tipped over. So as part of your searching, you'd kind of lifted the table up.
I'll just kind of pick it up and kind of just open it up. See what's in it.
You flick through and you realise it's a diary of a shepherd. He originates from the town of Erinsmouth. He was brought up there and he's since moved to, he started rearing sheep, but he still has quite a few ties to that area. It's bloody boring, the amount of stuff that you read through, but you flick towards the end and you see there's a entry about him being bitten by a wild animal. A few weeks later, he was talking about sickness and getting ill. He talked about there was a night a group of shepherds appeared with his wife. Talked about how he had turned into a beast and slaughtered them all, including his wife, Prunella. Or so he thought. Afterwards, he wandered for days, confused in his own thoughts. When he eventually arrived back at the shack to lay his wife to rest, he found her body had gone. At that point, he decided he'd seek out somewhere more remote to prevent him from unintentionally causing harm to others. And that was the last entry.
So we got a man beast. I think that's what these claw marks around the building are. He was bit by something apparently, so don't get bit. If we're going to be traveling through these hills, don't get bit. That is the clear thing I've learned from reading this man's journal.
I think in particular we don't get bit by? Also, just don't get bit in any sense.
I think just don't get bit in general sense. You don't know. The last thing you want to do is get bit by like a snake and then turn to a snake man or whatever. You know what I mean? Like anything goes, anything's up game. So I don't want to play my chances.
Does that mean you got bit by a dragon fabric?
Not as far as I'm aware. I've always been this way.
Well,
All my people and my friends were like this, so that's a lot of people to be biting if it was.
the whole like friends and family didn't get bit by one.
Yeah. So now, maybe if we trace our lineage back down the line, someone got bit by a dragon. But I don't know.
Cleo will pipe up and say, "Yes, well, perhaps you were bitten by a mushroom, but that doesn't always work. It's not always the way it works."
Oh, Cleo's here. Jeez, scared me, my friend.
I would,
He's like the shadow. He's like the shadow. He's always there when you.
He's always there.
I know.
he looks at Yinran and Lucy, and I'm just checking the chat because somebody's written something. All right, okay. All right, shall we check out? Was the last thing he wrote. Cleo will turn around and say, "I think we have come across this man's wife previously," he says, looking at Yin and Lucy.
Shit.
Old friends of yours?
Well, dead friend, but yeah.
Whilst the diary, I think, opens another box of questions. At least we now know how Brumella became infected.
Oh, so you meant the wife. I thought she was dead, but...
In fact, it wasn't Erin's Mouth he was from, was it? It was Hunter's Bay.
Hunter's
Not
Bay.
Hunter's Bay. Wood's Edge.
That's it.
Anyway. Wood's Edge. Erin's Mouth was vampire. Wood's
Well,
Edge was beastie. Werewolf.
yeah. Well, very long story short, she was kind of alive, and now she's dead. What happened in between is not really necessary to explain, but the circle of life, you know.
You killed this man's wife. He turned her into a beast, and you killed her. It's good to know. I mean, at least he'll become for revenge on you guys, and not necessarily me or Amanita here. So that's out of my hands. I know who I'm throwing.
Funny enough, neither I think they will come for Lucy because nobody was there.
Smell it on you. I bet he can smell it. Smell the lies, the deceit.
Oh, yeah. What lies?
Well, it depends what you tell him. See, he'll figure it out. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. Where has he gone now? Is the question, and I think that's something we should be looking out for. Because if he's rowing about it, whenever, and if we happen to come across him, we just deal with him then and there, or do we leave him be, tie him up or something?
I think he is secluded away. He seems to be understanding what his curse is, and leave it at that.
Okay. Well, whatever bit him still is around this area, so let's not get bit by that.
Ooh, spooky.
I don't like getting cursed. It's not fun.
What if he came back?
Well, did we see any signs or symptoms of any werewolves down in the town? Or the city?
The city? No.
Well, there's no remnants of this curse running around wildly around here. I think we're fine.
What if this is where he's secluded?
Yeah. On the when you were going through the woods between Erin's Mouth and Katan City, in the distance to the south of you, i.e. towards the mountains, you could hear wolves howling.
Yeah.
In the evening.
You still do have a point, Varric. We do need to be careful, but I'm getting really creeped out by standing in this man's house.
We rob it?
No!
I mean, it's easy pickings. He's not going to hear you stop us.
No, we're not robbing people's homes.
Well, it's not. How about we're just confiscating for the lives
No.
we may have took?
No, we... Lucy lets out a loud wolf owl. Fucking brilliant. Great.
That's it. He's back. He's coming for us. We gotta get out of here now.
No, this is our lovable friend, Lucy, everyone.
Sure.
No, so the answer to your question is, you are exiting the house, and then Amanita, and then Lucy, and then I will close the door, we'll get on the cart, and we'll
Okay.
move away.
Right, we won't rob it, but we need to check the other route.
No!
Yeah,
Wait,
investigate. Yeah,
No.
we gotta investigate. Turn
Cleo would
everything
be
around.
like,
Leo!
on this occasion, I would say that clearly this man has abandoned this location. His belongings here are no use to him. Normally, I would be against thievery, but I
It's
think
not thievery
this
if he's
is more,
abandoned it. Just
perhaps.
Well, Cleo has spoken.
I investigate the next room.
You looking for stuff?
Yeah, look for stuff.
Okay.
Did I roll again? Then or
Yeah, roll again.
no worries.
Which?
17.
Oh. On fire today.
I know, good rolls. Come combat, I'll be rubbish.
You find a couple of sacks of wool,
Sacks of wool.
some shears, like the old-fashioned kind of clipping shears.
This isn't a...
hook, if you know what I mean, one of the big kind of shepherding
Mm.
stick pole things, staffs. Too big for Amanita, I would add.
Oh,
And not much else, I would say.
is this a very hidden reference to the three pigs and the wolf?
Oh, the sheep.
That would
Yeah,
be
but-
clever. That would be clever, wouldn't it? Too clever for me.
Do you mean the boy that cried wolf?
No. I'm the
Pigs.
three pigs with one building a straw house, one building a. I don't know why that just came out of.
With a house of sticks with it.
Yeah, there you go.
In theory. Wish I'd thought of it.
Lucy holds the pants open and say, "What's going in?" Oh, jeez.
I think the shepherd stick should go in. I'll throw the shears in, and I'm gonna put one of the bags of wool in. I'm gonna open up the other one and expect
As you- yeah, I can imagine as you throw the shears in, Lucy's kind of wincing a bit in case you miss.
I deliberately leave them slightly open. They're just slightly open. I throw them in. Don't worry, they're blunt. It's fine. No worries.
So that's about it.
worst
Not much
kind.
else. Not much else. A couple of copper pieces, maybe.
Nice.
I'm really concerned about you guys. I really am.
How good is the wool? Is it like old wool? Is it dry? Is it moldy? Or is it just...
It's kept quite well. It just needs spun, I think.
I put one in the bag. So I put one bag in, and I keep one bag for myself. And I put the shears and the shepherd stick in the bag of holding as well. Or the pants of holding, sorry. Pants.
Cool.
Have Have we ever considered, if anybody asks why we put stuff in Lucy's pants, how we're going to explain this situation? That we're all just like putting things in his pants?
It would be like a magic trick. We could make money off of that. We could get a jug of water, pour it in his pants, and it wouldn't come out the bottom. And people pay gold for that. Countless gold for that.
Or even better, you could stick the jug down his pants, and then you put the mug down his pants. You put in a drop, and then he pours it out inside his pants, and it all kind of runs down his legs, as though he's multiplied water. Maybe not.
I will walk out of the house and go sit back on the cart.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I think that's it. Should we burn it down?
Yay!
No!
I've been talking to myself thinking you guys could hear me, but my mic wasn't working. So I'm putting shears, the shepherd's stick, and what else?
And one bag of wool. I'm going to keep the other one for myself. Makeshift pillow.
Oh.
You've muted yourself, Charlie. I don't know if that's why it's not working.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So, I'm assuming you all get back after that experience. You all get back on the wagon.
Should we burn it down?
No!
No, why
No!
not?
No!
He's not using it anymore.
Lucy sets fire to the building.
No!
What? You said to do it.
Oh,
The building begins to burn.
It's fine. It's better we do this.
I am not
So that
to
new
blame for this
plants will grow here.
I am walking away. I am walking away up the mountain.
As it does start to burn, I mean, by the time you got to that point, it's getting on for evening and it's starting to get dark. As it burns, you can see glistening on the pathway in front of you. Almost shimmers, and as though something is running across, like a light is just being shone in a particular direction, like continuing on down the road.
What's that? Shall we investigate that? That looks a bit strange.
How far in front of me since I've started, walking up?
I don't think it's Shin's God punishing us for burning the house.
Nah, I don't think so. The light shimmering that way doesn't... I don't think it could be God's punishment. I think if it was gonna be, it'd be a lot worse than that.
Lucy goes over and sees what it is.
I cast light on, Lucy, just so he can illuminate the area.
Oh no. Done.
Yeah, so on inspection, it just looks like you've got. Oh, it's almost like a. When you look at it, you feel as though you're in compelled to follow the light.
Lucy
Looks
follows.
so shiny.
Uh-oh. I think Lucy's going after it. We should...
On the cart or not on the cart? Because you can just see it going off into the distance.
Cart.
Okay.
We'll all stay in the cart. I think we should all stay in the cart then and follow it along.
Cool. So you all head off down the road.
This building's burning behind us.
Amanita will be like like a dog in a car, like hanging her head outside the car, like staring.
So you head down the road, and you get to the point where how should I explain it? The burning shack is just a speck in the distance. A couple hours later, it's properly dark now, and the moon is behind a cloud. Once the light from the shack fades into the distance, the shimmering stops. And you can just see Lucy can kind of see using his dark vision and what moonlight there is. There isn't any shimmering anymore. The feeling you had that compelled you to follow it has gone.
I'll just stop the car.
You bring the cart to a stop. You're on the side of a mountain. It's a bit grassy. You're not quite got to the point where you can see a bit where there's a tree line coming up, and then beyond that it kind of goes to rock.
Did we camp out till morning?
Sure.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Cool. Who's taking first watch?
I shall do it.
I'll light the fire.
Okay, Lucy wants to take a watch as well by the look of it.
Yeah.
I'll take a watch if need be as well, just so everyone can get some sleep.
So, who's taking first watch then between the... So I'm assuming there's two watches. So, who's taking the first one?
If Lucy wants to take it's not a problem, or I shall do it, depending on. Okay, I'll do it.
Taking your watch with Varric, and is Amanita having a watch as well, or?
Yeah, she will.
Okay.
But she won't do the first. She'll have a quick nap.
Okay, so should we assume that Varric and Amanita take the second watch, and Lucy and Yin take the first?
Just as a note, you will notice Yinran will not sleep. Or I will not sleep, but I will send you a thing, DM.
Okay. Can Yinran and Lucy both do a perception check, please?
What one was that, sorry?
Could you do a perception check, please?
I'll do it. Perception.
Okay.
20.
So, whilst the day's warmed up, the evening has a bit of a chilly wind, especially with you being reasonably high up. And the wind begins to howl. And blowing in from the west of where you are, you're still heading south at this point in time. You can hear on top of the wind that it isn't actually the wind itself howling. You can hear wolf howls in amongst it, as though it's carried from far away, some distance away to the west. But you hear quite a number of wolf howls, kind of howling and responding and howling and responding. As a pack of wolves is out for a hunt and signaling to each other when they've found stuff. That's all you notice during your watch. So you end your watch, and Amanita and Varric take over. Could you do the same, please? Perception check each.
Can do.
I would tell them what I heard. That's what's
Okay. Wow. That's a 19 you just rolled with a +7 and a 12. Yeah, so similarly, the watch passes rather uneventfully. You can hear the wind. Varric just sounds like it's the wind howling. You can't hear anything on it, but Amanita is quite aware of what's going on. And not only can you make out the wolf howls, you can make out that as the night goes on, as your watch goes on, the howls get further away, as though they're chasing something or hunting something down that's heading in a westerly direction.
Darren,
Yep.
there's something wrong.
What's up?
I mean, we're not in danger, right? But I'm really worried about these wolves that are out and about.
I'll be fine.
They seem to be chasing something.
Which way is it going? Is it getting closer?
It's heading, I'd say, west.
West.
It was west, wasn't it?
Well, that's fine. If it's not getting closer, it's no worries. I don't think it's worth being concerned about it.
Wolves can be quite tricky, though.
Lucy
Yeah.
says, I heard them earlier. I think they're out hunting.
Yeah. Well, at least they ain't hunting us. That's the main part. I think it's just worth being cautious. You know what I mean? I don't think if they show up, get rid of it, scare it off, or kill it by whatever means. I think it's better to be safe than sorry, where wolves can be quite ferocious. I heard stories about them hunting people down for days and chasing them and stuff. So if it comes to that, we'll get rid of it. We'll deal with it. I don't think there'll be too much work. But
Oh, I'm not afraid. I mean, I could probably deal with the wolves, but I'm worried about what they chase.
do you think they're like a person, or do you mean like you're concerned they're what?
I don't know, but
Hmm.
that's what I'm worried about. We don't know what it could be.
I'm sure it might be just a deer. Could be.
Could be that, but wolves are very protective.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. If I dare say, we'll probably need to head that way anyway later on tomorrow in the morning. We could probably make our way that way. I'm sure everyone else won't have any objections. You know, I mean, we're searching around trying to find some temple for Yinran, so I'm sure it's fine. The more we explore, the better. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Did Amanita give me a pocket watch last week as well?
I think so. That was one of the presents, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a joke book for Lucy.
I've got it on my waist, but just like in one of the pockets, so it's on display. And I'll check the time with it, just like every hour or so as well. Just to...
Cool. So, the rest of the evening passes without event. You wake up. I assume you have some breakfast for out from your rations.
Breakfast.
Sorry, what was that?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. And you, by the time you're ready to set off, the sun is making its way over the sky. Albeit you are on the shadowy side of the mountain at this point in time. Is that right? No, you're on the light side of the mountain. Sun goes from east to west. So there's very few shadows around this time of morning. You head off through the mountain. You eventually come to the wooded area. And you get to a fork in the road. What do you do?
Which way you guys want to go? Which way are the directions going for the fork? Is one of them going like more westward way, and one's going?
So one's continuing south but going up the mountain. The other one is heading along the crest of the mountain as if to go around it.
Right.
In the westerly direction. South and then kind of... Yeah, so you're on the kind of... You're on the... Actually, you're on the north east side of the mountain. So you can either continue going southwest up the mountain or west around the mountain.
We go up the mountain around it. We be coming around the mountain.
If we go westward, we could follow along with those sounds we heard the other night, the wolves and stuff. If anyone wants to chase dogs.
Why?
I don't know, they might lead us somewhere. If they were chasing something, then maybe find what they were chasing, and at least then we got an idea of where the wolves might be. Or, I don't know, we could just go wherever. This is your journey eventually, Yin Ran, so I don't mind where we go. It's up to you really to make the call here, wherever you think this temple of yours might be.
I'm gonna follow Lucy's direction and flip a coin. Which, actually, I have here somewhere. Somebody give me a number.
Who's west? Heads west.
Okay. No, give me a number because I'm rolling a dice.
Oh, right. How many dice are on? How much?
D20.
D20. Okay. Above 10 is west.
Mm-hmm.
10 and below is southward.
Okay. Right. Here we go. 8.
An 8. All right.
Yeah.
Southward mount over the mountain.
Over the mountain. We'll be
Oh.
coming round the mountain.
So you start heading up the mountain. It's getting gradually steeper and steeper. The horses are finding it slow going. It's taking you a number of hours to get beyond the trees, which are quite thick. You note that you are. It starts to get quite misty when you come out of the forest. You're pretty much at the cloud line, and it's quite rocky ahead of you. But the path keeps going, and it starts snaking side to side up the hill, which is still hard going for the horses, but they're managing to make it. However, the path is getting narrower and narrower, and you get to the point after 4 or 5 hours where you're quite high up that the path is no longer well, very soon you deduce that on the next turn the path will no longer be wide enough for the wagon.
Uh-oh.
Could shrink the wagon a little to make it fit.
I mean, some of us will probably have to walk then, but I don't mind doing that. I don't mind walking if the wagon's getting shrunk.
Yeah, I don't mind walking either.
Okie dokie, I better get myself ready.
And with that, she'll start preparing us. No, that's not the one. That'd be very bad if I did use that one. There we go.
So I assume while you're doing that, you're sitting and having a bit of a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lunch even. Yeah, I'd say late lunch, probably early afternoon now.
While the DM is having a cookie.
Biscuits we bought at Christmas.
Oh my.
We divided them out between us, and I just haven't ate mine, so I'm eating them now. So, you have something to eat. Amanita prepares her spell. What sort of size are you thinking to shrink it down to?
Just enough so it's not too small, like, so that no one, like, it'll be just enough so it can fit, like, in the middle of the road.
About half size.
Yeah. So, like, it, yeah. Best way to describe it is like starting off as a big car, converting it to a mini.
Okay, so 1 or 2 people could still sit in it.
So, yeah.
Okay. So it's still strapped to the horse, isn't that? The horses are still... Oh, sorry, the horse. Yeah. And the horse is still similar size. I'm assuming Lucy's one of the ones that is still sat on it, and the rest of you, and one or I don't know who the other one would be, but I think Yin probably would be a little bit too tired, so probably Yin sits in the back. Whilst...
Quick question. Are you guys still sitting on the cart while I'm shrinking it? Because that might mean you're shrinking with it.
I'm assuming you... have you shrunk them as well? Okay. Well, if you shrink them as well...
It's like the whole thing. I'm just...
just be aware that if you come up against something, you will be shrunk during the battle as well, unless you end the spell, I guess.
That's why I'm asking. Has people got off? Because she'll be doing the whole cart. Whatever's on the cart will shrink. So if anyone doesn't want to get shrunk, get off the cart.
I am immediately off the cart. As soon as the spell starts, I'm just like, I'm off. That's it. And I'll start walking beside it.
I'm assuming Amanita could probably jump into Varric's pocket anyway.
Yeah.
So, shall we assume... Well, Lucy definitely seems happy to be shrunk. And I'm assuming Yin's either gets off and gets back on, or is shrunk herself. himself. Sorry, said I wouldn't do that again, didn't I? Naughty Wayne. Yeah. So I'm assuming that Yin is full size. I would say.
Full size until proven different.
Until proven different. So that's that. Amanita grabs a bit of something to eat before you set off again. Or she's either munching on something as she's sticking her head out of Varric's pocket. Or sat on Varric's shoulder and the crumbs are going down his shoulder so it looks like he's got dandruff.
Come on, it's...
And then you head off to continue up the mountain. Another hour or so of slow going. The horse is still struggling a little bit. And you come to the top. And at the top is a large boulder, which has been kind of put up on its end. So it's kind of, rather than like that, it's like that, just sticking up out of the ground.
Is it loose? Or is it like firmly in the ground, or is it like loosely in the ground?
It looks as like it's on top of the ground, but it looks as though it's been there that long that the ground has kind of shaped itself around it. So as it's rained and stuff, the ground softened a bit and it's kind of maybe sank slightly, and kind of water has washed kind of muck and things around it. So it looks as though it's kind of fairly would take some moving. So I've got to say. It's like a bluey grey stone. You know, somebody's built a path to it. There's nothing else around it. There's a path down the other side.
Pretty big stone. What do you guys think?
It is, isn't it?
I'll walk up to it and touch it.
Okay.
You do like touching things, don't you, Eric?
Well, I can't see all that well, so I kind of got to feel my way around these kind of things.
Can you roll?
Lucy.
Can you roll an investigation check, please?
It dexterity save. Abilities and investigation.
Then I need a
19.
Okay. When you touch it, you sense a very, very, very faint vibration that you can feel through the stone.
Like constant or just slight?
Constant, like like if you were to touch your kind of computer and you can feel the fan going, if you know what I mean, but very, very faint. Just the slightest of vibrations. There's no hum, there's no kind of, it just seems to be vibrating ever so softly. But you cannot physically see it doing it. It's just, you can just feel it.
Feel it. Half-sized Lucy climbs up my back apparently and tries to sit on the rug.
Okay. So could Lucy do a acrobatics check then, please? So Lucy tries to climb onto your back. Kind of runs up to you, tries to kind of scale you, but kind of puts his foot on your arm and then falls off and smacks himself into the rock on the way down, taking 1 hit point of damage. He's sat on the floor looking at you.
Right. Sorry, guys.
Like, sat on the floor looking at you like a little child. Arms up in the air as though he wants to be.
Can I just grab him and see if I can... Am I tall enough to reach the top of the rock?
Yeah, you'd have to reach up quite a bit. It's like 2 and a bit meters. It's like 2.5 meters, something like that. So I'm assuming Dragonborn's about 2 meters, I think.
Yeah.
So I would assume you've got to kind of reach up a bit further to put him on there, but you can put him on there. Could Lucy do a perception check, please?
Giant eagle comes by and sweeps Lucy off the stone.
Sorry?
A giant eagle comes by and just snatches him off the stone. That's it.
Yeah.
What have we learned of giving DMs ideas?
Oh.
So, Lucy can just see clouds below him. Blue sky above, the sun beating down. No sense of the vibration that Varric felt. Bit the light breeze on the side of his face.
I wouldn't recognize that.
Billowing in the cloak billowing in the breeze. Sorry, Cameron.
I was just going to say, I wouldn't recognize that as a magical thing, would I?
Do the Arcana check, please.
Oh, it was so good and then it was so bad.
You haven't got a clue.
Amity, can you feel this rock vibrating?
I don't know. I can have a feel if you like.
Yeah, it's like it's so faint I can barely feel it, but it's there. It's definitely rumbling a bit.
Sure.
Could you do a
Both
perception
touch it.
please?
Right,
Who's in a perception check, sorry?
Amanita, perception check, please.
yes. Okay.
What one of the boxes always brings cleaning?
1 sec. It's just D&D Beyond had decided to chuck me out. There we go. Perception.
So Lucy will tell Varric the following. Vibration? What vibration? You got the shakes. How long has it been since you had a drink?
I think my addiction. My addiction. Sorry, I'm getting a bit thirsty. I think I need to. That's probably a good shout. Maybe it's that. I take a little swig and I'm gonna put the cap back in my flask and then touch the rock. Do I still feel the vibration?
You do.
Definitely not the shake.
Amanita, is unsure whether or not she can feel anything. It's not as though she can feel nothing, but she thinks she might be imagining it because you've put the idea in her head. So you can almost sense something, but you kind of second guessing.
Yeah, after hearing Lucy at first she was like, I think I could feel, but then after Lucy saying that, it's she's like,
I haven't had a drink in a while either. So I'm probably not helpful.
This rock. Something about this rock.
I mean, I don't drink as much as you, but I haven't had a drink in a long time.
You can have some of mine if you want, and I kind of pass her the flask. And there's a path leading up to it behind the stone as well.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but it's a rock.
But it's not just a rock. It vibrates, you man. It vibrates. Come check it out.
I'll put my hand to the rock. Do I feel it vibrating?
Do a perception check. remembering your I'm not of exhaustion. Does that give you
Disadvantage?
disadvantage? I'm not sure.
Thinking. I'll quickly read.
It's Farrah going senile.
Disadvantage on ability checks, yeah.
Yes, you got disadvantage.
Cool.
You read it as I was reading it.
13.
You can't feel a thing. It's just a rock.
It's just Varric. It's quite literally just a rock, mate. I'll wander around the rock and look like down the path behind it. Where does the path go?
Down the mountain.
No, down mountain. Okay.
All you see is it just heading down, similar sort of way in which it kind of the one that headed up, and you just disappears into clouds. Jess, how long does your shrink spell work for?
Oh, good question. 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Sorry.
That's alright. I've got so much open at the moment, it's like all over my 2 screens. Right, spells, here we go. I'll post it in the chat. There you go.
Casting time.
Concentration
to 1 minute. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you cast it several times on the way up and kind of.
Let me see how many times I can actually cast it first.
I can cast it 3 or 4 times.
We haven't had a rest since then, so I can cast it about 3 times on 2nd level.
Yeah. So I'll assume that there's particular narrow bits on the way up, and each time you've cast it, so like almost each turn or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just take all 3 level 2 spots and then.
I'll kind of allow it, but just for kind of comedic effect, I'll assume that it kind of every so often it just undoes at the most inconvenient time, and that you've got to redo it. I'll assume you also have a short you have a bit of a rest at the top of the mountain as well.
Yeah.
By the time you set off, it's evening again.
Yeah, so I'll regain my spells anyway come the evening.
So I'll assume you rest from kind of, what did I say? It was mid-afternoon to probably about 8 o'clock at night. It is dark now. You can't see the moon. It's a little bit kind of, it's not quite come over the cloud yet. What are you doing?
Are we still around the rock area?
What was that about the rock area, sorry?
Oh,
Yeah, you're still around the rock.
I guess we're camping around the rock then.
So you camped around the rock from 3 till about 8.
Okay.
Okay. 3 till about 9.
Yeah.
Well, say 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Jesus Christ,
And
when?
6 hours. And then that's supposed to be 8 hours, isn't it? Long rest.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say it's 10 at night then. It's dark.
I guess we'll be coming round the mountain.
So you can kind of head down in the evening, or you can stay overnight. And
I don't like how eerie this mountain is, so are we gonna try and walk in the night, or are we just gonna chill at the random vibrating rock, Varric?
Let's chill the random vibrating rock. I don't like my chances of going down the mountain when it's dark.
I've also considered that you've seen rocks vibrating. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
Maybe if you lay on the rock while it vibrates, it might give you a back massage.
I don't think it's strong enough for that, but thanks, though.
so I'm assuming you rest for the evening. And in the morning, you have something to eat and you start to head down. You get through the cloud line, back into the forested area. The forest is really thick, so it's dark, basically, when you're there. Does everybody have dark vision?
Aye.
What was that? Yes or no?
Yes.
I believe so.
Varric?
I do not.
Oh my
You do
god.
not.
I
So,
thought they did. I thought Dragonborn did.
no, I think it's a weird thing where they don't. So, what are you doing about that? Are you just trusting Lucy guides the cart down?
Oh, cast
Or-
light. That's fine. I can cast light, so it's fine.
So you cast light.
Question. Am I still small?
16.
No, you are now back to normal size.
Okay.
So you head down. You get to you're in the thing. You've cast light. And you notice that when you cast light in the cover of the trees, the same thing happens again, and you see shimmering, kind of pulsing along the pathway in front of you.
Varric. I've got it.
What?
Follow the light. I know this sounds really strange, but this literally might be the sign leading us to the temple.
Alright, well, I'll trust in you. Follow the light then, Lucy.
I'll just... Well... My god, it's a kind of a thing. So... Follow the light?
Let's follow the shiny thing.
Every time it disappears, do your trick. Please.
So, you head through the forest, and again, you come to a crossroads under the cover of the trees. You can either head down the mountain so you're now on the southwest side of the mountain, so you can continue heading southwest down the mountain. Is that right? You were northeast, you're now southwest, Jack. Or you can start heading south back round where you came. Where you would have kind of, you get the impression that that's heading where you originally started heading up the hill. However, you see the trail of light heads off in that direction. are you doing?
All that light.
Okay. So Lucy sets the cart off and down that direction. And you're heading along a path.
I can also drive, by the way. Just want to add that to the group. I can also drive, so I'll swap in with Lucy every now and then.
Cool. So you eventually get to another fork in the road. This time you can continue. You're probably on the south side of the hill. And you can continue heading down. You can turn right to head down the hill, so to continue south effectively. Or you can head east towards or northeast towards where you think you originally came from. Your light spell is guiding you, and the shimmering light is guiding you down south. Down south.
Down south.
Down south.
Down south we go.
So you head down south. Eventually, the path widens. You come out of the cover of the forest. It's about midday by the time you get there. And it's quite a sunny day. The shimmering disappears as you come out into the sunlight. Even though you got your light spell cast, it's still not there. Eventually, you head into the bottom of the valley, and you pass a stone, a rather large stone, but it doesn't quite look the same as the one that was on top of the mountain. It's different. It's ebony with ivory lettering across it, or chalk or whatever it is, but something white and polished, like a marble type of thing. I like marble. And you actually notice that it isn't just a rock made of ebony. It is a statue. Once you get it at the right angle, and you see it's a statue of Thermo, the goddess. And written below the statue of a kind of bust, is the words, "The sun guides us." Would you like to do anything, or are you continuing on?
What do you think? Are we on the right path?
I don't reply, and I will, for a moment, plop down in front of it and just meditate for a couple of minutes without replying.
Okay, so you've meditated for a couple of minutes. Is there anything? What does everybody else do while you're doing this behavior?
I just look at the statue, just investigate it, see what it looks like and stuff.
Okay.
Lucy, poke the statue.
Sorry?
I'm going to poke the statue.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Amanita's just sitting in Varric's pocket for now. And just everything Varric sees, keeps her.
Cool. So, Lucy pokes the statue. Nothing happens. Statue. Varric, you're having a look at it. The one thing you think is odd is the fact that it's made of ebony when it's the goddess of light. You would have expected something light in colour or shiny. But other than that, it's just a statue.
I will kiss her and start walking and like path without saying anything. I don't get on the cart. I just go.
Be faster if we got on the cart, Yinran. You don't need to walk the whole way.
Just walking like at a pace.
Okay.
For how exhausted he looks, he's just like putting a shift in.
So eventually you kind of end up walking on a path and riding on a path next to the stream. Then you get to a point where the stream cuts through a cliff, a very narrow gorge or cliff face. With a little kind of very narrow path next to it. Before you get to that, there is like a little clearing with what looks like a hitching post for horses, a set of hitching posts for horses. What would you like to do?
Is the path big enough for the horses to go through, or is it like you have to stop and hitch your horse here?
I think it's the hint is you have to stop your horse and hitch it here.
I guess that's as far as the cart goes then. I guess we're going the rest of the way on foot.
So, could you all do an acrobatics check, please?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Natural
No.
one.
Oh, 22 at disadvantage.
Okay. So, you hitch the horses and you start heading along the pathway. It's that narrow, you have to kind of stand with your back to the cliff and start edging your way sideways, looking into the stream. Pardon me. The stream's relatively deep at that point. And at some point it is kind of flooded where the path is. And the path is kind of wet and slippery. There's a bit of like mossy type stuff. As you're moving across sideways, Varric slips and falls into the drink. It's freezing cold and you are soaked through. I'm assuming Amanita, given her rule, jumps out your pocket and releases her wings to save herself at that point. I'm assuming Varric can swim, but
Sadly, I'm not gonna pretend he's a good swimmer. He's a pretty lousy swimmer,
so you're kind of struggling to doggy paddle.
Amanita will look down at him.
Okay.
Yep, just deal with drowning. It's fine.
Do you need help?
Nope, I'm fine. The water's really cold.
You can
I'm not. No, I don't want. But it's too cold. I'm not going near that water if it's cold.
Yep.
You're stuffed.
You can attempt to pull yourself out. It'll cost you. It'll be a strength check. Others can help to try and pull you out, but they've got to do a strength check and an acrobatics check.
No, I'm not even gonna bother trying to do that. I'm just gonna cast fly on myself. I'll just fly. Yeah.
Yeah. Amanita's not going anywhere near that water. It's cold. Fuck that.
Save me
So
having to
you-
shimmy across the wall. I'll just fly across the water.
You just see that as a signal to thing. You feel the chill a bit as you flying through the air because you're absolutely soaked.
Mhm.
And then at the end, you kind of land. You find at the end there's quite a bit of vegetation, and the path leads into a little kind of forested area. There is brambles and thick thorny bushes around you. And everybody else gets through fine, and they kind of follow you into this undergrowth. And as you move through it, you hear a rustling behind you, and the thorny bushes of kind of are closing behind you along the path.
That's not good. Yinran, I hope you know what you're doing and know a way to get out of here. I don't want to be stuck here forever.
As you continue, it gets darker and darker as the trees above you cut out the light, until you feel that the trees have disappeared behind you. However, the darkness stays. Even those with dark vision, or those with dark vision, feel that there is something unnatural about the darkness which hugs this piece of land. You can hear the stream in one direction, but all you can hear is it's now kind of opened up, and there's you can't really see too much around you. I've changed the map so you can have a look on Roll20. I'm just going to, in front of you, you can see a bit of a statue.
I will softly say an elf. Well, to the goddess, I'll say an Elvish, like, well, the sun guides us, and I'll like elbow Varric and tell him to light up his staff again.
Don't hit me. I can just ask. Jeez.
Well, I did.
That's not asking. Don't even think that's asking. I cast it spell. In fact, I cast it on Yinran, so Yinran now glows.
So you see Yinran begin to glow.
Oh my god, she's shiny.
Then she flickers a little bit, and the light goes out.
All right, fine.
That's not good. I'll try it on my staff, just in case it's a Yinran problem. I'll just try the staff.
I'll walk up to the statue. Is it that one I see or that one?
You can see them both, effectively.
Yeah, I'll walk up to this one.
Okay. It is a statue of a beastie with wings.
A beastie with wings.
Beastie with wings.
Do I recognize the beastie with wings?
It's got fangs and claws and stuff.
I will carry on through. Carefully.
So that one has armor. You can hear over here somewhere. You can hear the stream.
Okay. What's this one?
What's that one? It is just a man. Looks like a dwarf.
Okay. What type of? Does it look like the one we saw before, made out of ebony, or?
Just stone. They're all just grey stone.
I will carry on till where I can hear the stream. Please don't.
I'm kind of not following Yinran, but I'm kind of like just moving up behind him, just trying to check things out. Can I tell what kind of dwarf it is just by looking at the statue?
No.
I push it over anyway.
It falls over with a thud.
Ooh.
I'll look at him and like, can you not, for Christ's sake?
What? It's a statue.
We will have the conversation about your problems after this.
Hey. Nothing to do with anything. It's just a statue. It's fine, I'm sure.
All right. What do I see, DM?
What do you see?
Yeah.
Around you,
Yeah.
not very much. So can I just ask what Amanita and Lucy's doing? I'm assuming Cleo is going to follow you. So I'll put him somewhere between somewhere over here, maybe.
In between Yin and Varric.
Okay.
Are you in mushroom form or fairy form, though? It's important.
She'll be in fairy form now. Yeah, when she jumped out of your pocket, she kind of transformed into a fairy to help her fly.
Yeah.
Are we trying to hide, or are we just walking?
I'm just walking.
Just walking through.
Cool. Then Lucy will just saunter in.
Okay. So you said Amanita was...
Between Varric and Yinran.
There we are.
Okay. Could you all... So there is magical darkness here. You can see what's on the map, basically.
Yeah.
Your vision is limited. Could you all roll initiative, please?
Oh, fuck, shit.
Good one, man.
In that order.
Oh, I'm doing good. This is it. My rolls are not bad. I'm touching wood right now. Touching wood. I keep good rolls.
Oh, shit. I didn't click on my token, but I rolled a 20.
I think we still need the order up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. Right, so... First of all, Yinran.
Yes.
What are you doing?
What do I see? What's happening?
You see stuff around you.
Oh, great. Do I see something moving?
Nope.
How steep is this little hill here?
It's a bank. It's a couple of feet down into the stream.
Okay. And what is this statue doing?
Which statue?
That one.
Being a statue.
Being a statue. Right. Okay, so I will hold a action until I see something move.
So you're just a bit wary because it's dark.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Are you moving anywhere?
I don't want to get over the stream, but Hang on. How much movement? 50 feet. So,
Yeah, so I would say the pathway just you've gone off the pathway at the moment.
okay.
The pathway kind of heads across the top of the map, is all I would say.
Okay. Cool. No, I'm not going anyway.
Okay. Amanita. You're on mute, by the way.
There we go. I'm not muted now. Right. I am going to, seeing as she's getting a bit worried now, she is going to cast Detect Magic. If I have it. I'm pretty sure I do have it. Okay. No, I did not have it ready. I'm not going to do that then. She'll just ready an action, then she'll she'll just ready an action, have a weapon next to her and her hand out ready.
Okay. Barak, what are you doing?
So what's happened? Nothing's like approached us or anything like that yet, has it?
I've just started initiative order for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Cool, not feeling threatened then. I'm just gonna investigate the statue with armor on it.
The one in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Alright. Oh, again, so good to so bad. 7.
It certainly looks like a statue. It's got wings, it's got doesn't quite look like the suit of armor there. They're just things I've placed. So it's got wings and fangs and what have you, like the other one. This one down here by Yin is a suit of armor. So that's your action. Do you want to move anywhere?
No, I'm just gonna spend my time looking at it, so I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Lucy?
Does it? Sorry, just very quick. Does it remind me of the ones, the statue creatures, or not the ice sculptures from the Frozen Wonderland session?
No, because they were like lumps of ice, which then broke out, and these ice creatures appeared.
Right.
So, Lucy then. Is he around?
Yeah, hello. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucy is just silently going to disappear.
Floop.
1 hour.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do that or something to make it disappear for everyone else, but that is what Lucy is doing.
Okay.
And he will move, but he will move to... I don't know if there is a way of making it invisible to everyone else or not, but...
So it says at higher levels, when you cast 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot above second.
I don't know, I'm just making myself invisible.
Okay.
And yeah. You know what, for a laugh, just to check, also that statue. Just to see if it works.
Okay. To see if what works.
to see if it goes invisible.
You're going to cast it on that statue to see if the statue goes invisible.
Well, I'm casting it on myself and the... Wait, do I get an additional person?
Only if you cast it at 3rd level.
Which I think I am. 3rd level.
So you've got to use this 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're casting it on the...
On myself and the additional of the statue to see if it works.
Okay.
I'm invisible, but it just depends
That
on
spell's
whether he also goes invisible. Because that will determine if it's a creature, it will go invisible. If it's just a statue, it won't.
It has disappeared.
Uh-oh.
And at that point, Lucy will back away.
I don't like how that spell's worded. Like, so you always have to cast it at 3rd level or above. So
Well,
you
I-
always get to cast.
So,
I'm a warlock,
if
so I
I'm-
only have 2 3rd level slots.
yes,
Right? No matter
and-
what, it's always at my max level.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Anyway, yep, so Lucy and the statue are invisible, and Lucy, invisible, will just move away.
Okay.
And just let out an audible, "Oh shit!" And end his turn.
Okay. So, Cleo. What's Cleo going to do? He's going to come down and inspect this statue. He's going to do an investigation check. Which he fails miserably.
Nice.
And he cannot see anything out of the ordinary. And this particular one is a suit of armor. Leads us to the something else's turn.
Oh god. This is how we die.
End of the party right here.
Yep.
Okay, I just need to do something else. So, there's a few things I just need to do off. I think that one was there. That one went to... Was it there? That one there, and that one there, and that one there, and that one there, and has anybody guessed that I'm just and that one there? Yeah.
Holy shit. Fuck.
And that one there.
Shit on it.
Okay. So. Got both of them. Bugger.
What?
Oh, I'm trying to find something that's...
Oh my god.
I'm just going to have to do 2 with that. I think it'll just be different type of damage. Varric, what's your armor class?
16.
Okay. As you're looking towards the statue that had disappeared, you're like, what the fuck? You're still feeling it. You feel claws rake down your back, and you take 3 slashing damage. You also hear the gnash of teeth behind you.
Uh-oh.
When you turn to see what's attacked you, you just see a statue stood there behind you.
Uh-oh.
Did Lucy see?
Lucy would have seen, given he would have seen the rock move, the gargoyle move, and attack him.
I'll just shout, "Hey, that thing moved!"
Okay. Which leads us back to Yinran. Pardon me.
Oh, I was muted. God damn it. Is the thing still moving?
Varric turned and it was
Not moving. Okay,
not moving.
cool. Great start. So I will move to said thing next to Varric. I will move there.
You'll move there.
Yeah.
How have you moved?
Well, I was there, wasn't I? So I would just do that.
Okay. As you walk past, you can feel the brush of movement next to you, as though something lashed out but missed.
Oh! Okay.
Will say one thing: if the thing I turned invisible attacked, even if it missed, it would become visible again.
Give us a minute. Let me just move something out the way. Oh no, wrong layer. Objects and token, no. Map and background. Token layer, that's what I want. Right. Too many things to move around at the moment. GM layer is what I want, because I want to move that back there. Right. So, you turn, and standing there is the statue that Varric was examining again. Supposedly standing still. So Yunran, you've moved. Are we moving? Are you wanting to take an action, or are you?
No. So I'll move to where I am, and then I'll ready an action if I see one of the things move again.
Okay. Amanita.
Yours. Yep. Right. So has my one seen it attack, or is?
Yeah, you've seen it reappear, and you've heard Yin go, "What the?" As he kind of made his way past.
Right. Where's my finger? There it is. Sorry, guys, 1 second. D&D is playing DM. Oh, whatever you call it. DM. Right, bring it to that screen. There we go. Right, she is going. She's going to use her thorn whip to tangle it up to stop it from moving. Soon as it's just like appeared in front of her, it's just like.
I say, okay, so you've rolled an attack, which is a hit. It's done 2 piercing damage, you say. And is there any sort of save or anything like that if you're trying to tangle it?
2 seconds. Where did it go then? Right, let's go back into this. I'll bring up. There you go. Play chat. There we go.
The creature is large or smaller than you. Oh, large or smaller. Yeah, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. And the spell damage increases by... So it says nothing about it being grappled. So you've just pulled it towards you.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just do that. It's not grappled, is it?
It's not what? Sorry, it's not grappled. No.
Right.
You kind of whip it and pull towards you, but as soon as you pulled it, let's go. But I'm assuming you can't occupy the same space, so it stays where it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
New that I can think of. I just want to double check if this is a bonus action. It is. She. Can I ready a bonus action? I don't know if you can do that.
I think you can hold an action. I don't think you can hold a bonus action.
Okay, don't worry then.
I don't know. Let me have a quick check.
Bonus actions are used for your reactions as well, as your reactions separate from your bonus action.
I think it comes under a reaction. It doesn't really go into much description.
Abilities. You can take a bonus action only when a special ability, spell, or other feature in the game states that you can do something as a bonus action. Otherwise, don't have a bonus action to take.
It doesn't really say much about it. My only thinking is if it does try, I can
That's not a clear answer.
I think if you're wanting to cast Misty Step as a bonus action, I think you have to hold it as your action to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my assumption of the rules.
Right, okay. So the ready action allows you to prepare your action on your turn, which is then later released via your reaction. Bonus actions, however, are limited to only occurring on your turn / cannot be readied.
Okay, fair enough. I won't bother with that then. Instead, I'll just move.
According to some guy on
Slightly.
the internet.
Yeah, I'll just move back a bit towards the bush there.
Okay. Because you're moving away from it, it will get a attack of opportunity against you.
Will it? Because it attacked Yinran as Yinran ran past.
Good point. Yeah, that was the same round, wasn't it? So no, you're right. Sorry, I thought Yinran was... I'm getting my turn orders mixed up.
It's alright.
Cool. We're in the same round, aren't we? So that is right. So you are fine. Good challenge. Is that your go?
Yep, that's all me done.
Cool. Varric.
I am going to turn around and cast while spending a sorcery point on wind spell. So I'm going to like pretty much side by side, hands out, kind of just like both ways, and spray poison spray on both the one that's like above me and the one that's below me. So the I don't know how to do the pinging thing on Roll20.
So you hold down your mouse button
All right. So this one and this one are the ones I'm spraying.
with poison.
Yeah, with poison spray.
Okay.
So the first one is 19. And the second one is 12.
Okay.
And
So
it's,
your first one hits.
sorry, that's they automatically hit. That's just the
Okay.
damage roll. It's a con save for them.
Okay.
So
So you spray out your poison. It splashes the stone and just begins to run down. There is no noticeable effect. So you can't use Sentinel. Yeah, because it's all. There's a square between you. So that then takes us to Lucy.
Right. Do these things look like wolves at all?
No.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hold my action. Can I hold my action for a reaction later, or is it just I just hold my action to use it later at some point this turn?
You have to say what the trigger is. So you can hold your full turn, or you can
Mhm.
say, I'll hold my action, but it'll
I'll
be...
hold my full turn then.
So, that then leads us to Cleo. So Cleo will... What's he gonna do? I need to on the right layer for a start. I also need his character sheet open. So I'll close that one, open that one. He will... I think he will... This is cantrip. No, let's not do that. He is going to cast Flame Blade, I think. That's his bonus action. And he will move over here. So hopefully he's got it in the blooming attacks, but I don't think he has. So I'm going to do it manually. Why did I set him up as an NPC? I should have set him up as a character. Right, so grant. No, that's spike grab. We don't want that. You evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar, and it lasts for the duration. If you let go of the blade, it disappears, but you can evoke a blade again as a bonus action. You can use your action to make a melee attack with a fiery blade. On a hit, the target takes 3d6 fire damage. The flaming blade sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for additional 10 feet. So that's 3d6 damage if he hits. So I'm assuming he's going to attack as though it's a strength weapon. So I think that is just... And he's not got proficiency, so I would assume it's roll. So he swings and he misses.
Oh god, this is going
After
really
all
well for us.
Which then takes us to the bad dudes. So me see. You can hear some sort of flapping noise.
Cool. Scary, but cool. Question. Has it moved?
Has what moved?
The flappy thing.
What flappy thing?
Where we're hearing the flappy noises.
There is a flappy noise here moving towards you. You can hear something over in this direction.
Oh, great!
So let me just move to the objects and tokens layer. GM layer is what I want. So that needs to move there. That needs to move there. That one's gone to there. And this one's gone over here. Cool. So no attacks.
Do I get to use my turn now? Or I don't know how the whole turn works.
Yeah, so you're at the end of you're at the end of the round, so you've got a choice of using it or not.
Do I recognise them at all?
Here you go, boss.
Statues
You have one
or
step.
winged things.
One is
With fangs and
the
claws.
Then I'll do nothing.
I think somebody was talking to him.
I think he said I'll do nothing.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I heard something along those lines. I wasn't sure if talking to us or not, but I'm assuming he was. Oh, he's coming back on. Yes, he was. Right, so he's doing nothing. Yin, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm just gonna fuck it. I'll walk up to the statue and I'll whack it twice with my stick.
With your stick?
With my walking stick.
Okay.
First one is 11.
Your stick just hits it and doesn't do anything. You've effectively missed.
Yeah. 14.
14. Same thing again.
Fuck's sakes. I'm just gonna do key point and punch it. What's the worst that could happen?
Broken hand.
Yeah, you've definitely got some bloody knuckles now.
I give up. I'll just end my turn next to the statue.
Okay. So, Amanita.
Yes. Right then. What does that mean? Right. She is going to cast. One sec, I didn't bring it up. There we go.
Fairy fire. Okay. So, object is 20-foot cube. Where's your cube that you're doing? Within range, it's outlined in blue, green, or any creature in there.
Either way, I'm going to hit someone, so 20 foot, so
Yeah, so it's 4 squares by 4 squares. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. That is 4 squares by 4 squares is 20 foot cube.
yeah, I think either way, I'm going to hit someone, so it, yeah. Oh my bloody. I'll try and draw it 1 second. So probably about round there.
Is Lucy still invisible?
He is for the next hour.
Okay. Okay, so cast it there, have you?
Yeah.
So, is there a save? Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in a. Any attack roll against an affected
It's
creature has
Dexterity saving. Well,
the attacker can see it. The effect. Is it a dex save, is it?
yeah.
Okay.
So for duration, objects and affected creatures. Should be no.
Alright, dex saving throw.
Yeah, any creature in the area when the spell is casted, also outline the light. If it fails, a dex saving throw.
Okay. So, I will do a dex saving throw for Cleo. Which is 22.
I got an 8.
You got an 8.
Oh god. All my spells are pretty much ranged.
Lordy lord.
Beautiful.
What a 9.
You got a 9. So I'm assuming Cleo saved. At 22, did he?
Yeah, I rolled a 15. I believe it says on there, so anything below a 15.
Anything below a 15. So not your spell save bonus or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what it says there. It's the
Yeah.
spell save. The dexterity save is the.
Okay. Fine. So you're saying your spell save is 15, is it?
When I pressed it, it came up with DC 15.
Okay, that's right. Cool. So, so Cleo's okay then. I believe everybody else has been affected by the spell.
Sorry, did I have to do something?
No.
Cool.
No, you're outside the range. Would you like to do anything else?
No, she's fine.
Cool. Leads us to Varric.
Seeing that the poison spray didn't work, I would change tactics and just I'm gonna stand. Oh dear, where am I gonna stand? I have a plan, but I'm just like, how do I do this plan without affecting my teammates? Alright, okay. Oh no, I can't. Right, okay, right. Change. Sorry, changing my plan again. I'm just gonna cast magic missile. I'm gonna cast magic missile at this one beside Cleo.
Okay. Is there any particular level you're casting it at?
I am casting at 3rd level.
Okay. Which gives you how many beams? Is that just one? Two missiles? Is it? Or 3?
So my base is 3. You create. I'll just cast on VTT.
You cast it and tell me.
I'll cast. Sorry. So that's one of them. One of them is 2 damage.
Okay.
Displaying VTT is the one. Right.
Yeah, that's the one. 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice. The dart deals 1d4. The darts all strike simultaneously, and you can direct them to hit one creature or several. When you cast a spell using spell slot 2nd level or higher, the spell creates one more dart for each slot above 1st. So you've got 5 darts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll
So
4 more.
So where are you targeting them?
All on the one beside Cleo.
Okay. So that's...
It's 13 plus 4, 17 plus 2, which is 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage in total.
19 points of damage in total.
Okay. So bits start to chip off it. You don't see it move other than that.
Oh no.
But bits are chipping off it. You've smashed bits off it.
That's good. I'll just end my turn there, I think. That's it. I don't think I can do much else other than that.
Okay. Lucy.
Anyone need him healed? Then he will do nothing. And end his turn. Just watch.
Okay.
Just watching the fight, that's it.
Which direction are you looking in, Bob?
I'm looking.
You're looking that way. Okay. Which brings us to Cleo.
We'll say hold his turn until, in case something happens, but probably do nothing.
Fine. Cool. So Cleo is going to have another bash at our man. So that's a strength roll with his flame sword. And misses again. God, he's feeble. He has advantage, but the second one was a 4. Okay. Which leads us to some stuff. So... Which way's Varek looking?
I am looking towards this dude.
Okay. Do the actual objects. In fact, I can probably move that one as well, actually. Let me just objects and tokens. So that was from over there. That's from there. That actually done. And I think it's that. So You failed the thing, didn't you? Varric.
What thing?
You failed the attack at the fairy fire save.
Yeah. So I'm glowing just now. Yeah.
Cool. Does a Cameron?
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. A 19 hits me. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So could you take 4 slashing damage, please?
Uh-oh.
And I'm assuming it 18 hits you.
Yep.
Could you take 8 piercing damage as well, please?
Oh man.
So you feel from behind you claw marks rip down your back again, and then stone teeth sink into your shoulder. You look round and you see one of these statues with wings and fangs and claws looking at you.
Oh man.
Other than that, doesn't seem to be doing anything. And that's the end of their turn. Lucy, would you like to take a turn or not? He flashed up. I didn't get him doing anything. No. So Lucy's doing nothing. Yin.
Cool. Fuck. I have no idea.
All because you wanted to go see a temple. That's it.
I think I've got an idea what they are, but I don't think Amanita would.
Is this a tree, by the way?
Is what a tree?
Why can't I click on it? Hang on. It's
The purple thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tree.
Right. So I can walk underneath the tree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back to the road, and I'm gonna use my full movement to just go so. I'm gonna provoke 3 opportunity attacks to follow the road. So I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge till about there.
Okay. So what are you expecting opportunity attacks from?
Well, if they do attack those 3, so I'm moving to here.
So this one by Lucy does not attack.
Okay.
This one and this one slash their claws at you as you're heading away. So the first one is a 19. Actually, it's a 20 because you got fairy fire, didn't you? So that's 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
And the second one's a 17.
Doesn't it?
Okay.
And yeah, that's my turn. That's where I ended.
Okay. Amanita.
I mean, having watched them, can me as I know, but I don't know if Amanita knows, but I want to, from probably watching a few of them and how they were reacting, can I see if my character is able to recognise their pattern?
Okay.
Like what they're doing. I have a feeling it's a hot Doctor Who themed, Weeping Angels. So it's whether my character knows.
Could you roll an intelligence check?
Back. Here we go. This. Yeah, that's an insight check, isn't it?
No, yeah, actually.
Or investigation. Do you want?
No, it's not investigation because that's about kind of. Yeah, I would do. Actually, so wisdom's insight. So yeah, insight's wisdom. So do wisdom check. So you gather from observing them that they only attack when people can't see them.
With that, she will then shout to everyone.
Don't look away from them. They only attack when we turn away from them.
And that'll be her turn.
Okay. Leads to Varric.
Hearing Amanita say that, I'm going to immediately turn around to the ones that are closest to me, see the one that could, like, that one that just bit me and stuff. And I'm going to cast, because I am very concerned and cross. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level, and I'm going to cast it this way, so it'll get all of these guys, the 3 guys that are in that square.
Which 3 statues are you referring to? That one, that one.
I don't even see my purple square there.
Oh, yeah.
So 13 points of damage, and they have to make a Con 14 save.
Okay, so they all failed the con save. So what's the significance of the con save?
So they take full damage with with failing the con save, which is great. So they take full 13, and they get pushed away from me 10 feet.
They get pushed away from you 10 feet.
Yep.
And I'm assuming they all go in the direction of the wave, which is there, and there, and 13 damage. You say?
Yeah.
Cool. How are people doing for time, Jess? Are you needing to get away for work, or?
Yeah, I've got to start in a bit, so.
Okay, so I think what I'll do is we'll get to the end of this turn, and then we'll stop. Okay. So much as I wouldn't like to stop mid battle, but it's nothing we haven't done before. So I need GM layer, don't I? So 13 damage, you say? So that one, and that one, which. And then would you like to move after you've done that?
No, I'm going to stay there.
Okay.
Because despite seeing Jinran flee, I'm just like, and I don't really want to move forward anymore, given my current status.
Which leads us to Lucy, who's still invisible, I believe. So he's moving there.
See if he's alright.
Okay. So you're going to Varric to see if he's okay. Do you need healing, or are you?
I could do some healing, yeah. I am this close.
potion of greater healing. 4d4 plus 4. So 12 hit points
Awesome.
back.
I like the idea that Lucy just comes up, like, I can't even see Lucy. All I feel is just all of a sudden this liquid going down my throat. And I'm just...
as though you're that trusting. If any liquid going down your throat, it's fine.
Instantly.
Cool.
Awesome. That's helped out.
So, Leo is going to copy Varric's lead, and he is going to also cast Thunderwave. And he's going to cast it on the statues down here that he can see. He's noticed is approaching him. So, I've got to find the thing first.
I'm gonna go, guys, because I've been called into work and everything. But I'll see you next time, or whenever I see you next.
Cool.
All right.
See you later,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Cool. See you later. Have a good week. So, cast at what level? You'll just cast it at number 1. Hopefully that worked. So they've got that's got to be wrong. DC 32. That ain't working, is it?
What have you broken?
I don't know. It says DC 32. There's something wrong there. Doesn't tell me what it's rolled though. I can't remember what it's.
The DC for this is impossible.
I'll forget how you do it. It's so he's a druid, so it's wisdom, isn't it? It's druid wisdom or intelligence.
I think it's wisdom. I'm pretty sure. I had to look this up because I had no idea. Because what is sorcery?
So he's +5, and he's supposed to be like a level 12. So he's proficient.
Level.
Yeah.
So.
Adding 8 to their proficiency bonus. And his proficiency bonus is +4. So that'll be 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. So it'll be DC 17.
That's a really high DC.
And they do 11 damage. It does 11 damage to them. So let me just do the 2 saves. So con save. Ooh, the first one passed. The second one failed. So round down, isn't it? Or is it round up?
Round down.
Round down. So that is 5 off that one. And 11 off that one. And the one at the bottom gets pushed back 10 feet. In fact, he's going to end up in the river. So, that then takes us to the beasties. Varric turned round the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking this way. But Cleo's turned round the other way. So Cleo's going to get attacked. Which way's Amanita looking then? I'm assuming she's looking up. I'm assuming she's looking back up. So they're not going to move. I think the only one that can't be seen by somebody is this one by the tree. And he is going to head off towards Yin. And in fact, because he's flying, hence the flapping noise, so Yin can hear a flapping noise coming up behind him. Sorry. I said it twice now after I said I wasn't going to do it. And then it's going to attack Yin. So the first one is a critical hit with 7 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second's an 18
Yeah.
with 5 piercing damage.
God. Okay.
You look around and you've just got a statue stood right behind you. And we'll leave it there for the week.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'll fight ahead of us.
Yeah.
We travel and roll, our intentions are